Hey folks, what's up, ET? So I've got a piece of Novaculite here. It's heat treated, and this part's not cut. This is a layer, and I had cut this slab. It was near the outside of the rock, and when I cut that, there's a layer in it, and this just popped off and made this little piece here. And I thought I'll see if I can get that into a quick, well, relatively quick little hunting point. So I had taken a couple of pressure flakes off this end here just to check it out, and we're gonna use a number 2 flexi stick. Just a little bit so you can see what's happening here. So we're going to lose a bit of this end. Obviously, it's the plan. Once we get this evened up down here a little bit, then the rest of it's mostly going to be pressure. Right now, just trying to get this base in line. And get rid of the square edge. It's a relatively thin flake. You'll notice that I have this in the tip in my hand here, and holding both sides of it. If you're brand new, that's what we're referring to when we're referring to support, is how you're holding the piece and where the points of contact are on in your hand or on the pad, or however it is you're supporting it. Probably going to do some pressure on this thing. already threw a flake in the end of my finger. That's one thing about indirect percussion. You can throw them flakes, you throw them, hit them into your legs, hit them into your, if you're wearing a pair of pants, then it ain't never a problem, but if you're trying to nap like I am in shorts, then indirect percussion can throw them flakes at a pretty high rate of speed. Which also means that you can throw them in your fingers. I'm going to work on that with some pressure now. Again, that was number 2 flexi stick. I am really liking the new improved pads, hand pads with the metal down the bottom. Very nice. Okay, let's get this. I probably should have done the metal on the bottom in the first place, but I didn't. I had all kinds of stuff I wanted to talk to y'all about, and I can't remember any of it now. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I haven't shot a video in quite a while. Not a napping video anyways. Or a napping video where I was actually making something. That's really pretty thin up there towards the tip. The narrower your tip of your tool is, or the pointier it is, the less pull, I guess, torque, whatever, I don't know what the best term. Easier the flake comes off. I'm also, you notice that where I'm taking the flake off is really close to here, to the edge of the pad, so that it's braced as well as it can be. I broke the tip off. It's alright, we probably got more length than what we needed anyhow. I'm wanting this to be an arrowhead point, so it's going to be pretty small. We're not going for an ad-ladle dart. We're just going for an actual arrowhead. Vibrator. Let's see here. Just trying to get rid of that square edge off there. Which we got rid of it on that side. This would be a great candidate for Steve Bernice's quadrifacial flaking. I still haven't practiced that enough to be able to do it on video yet, but when I do, then I'll show y'all. I still won't be able to do it like Steve does, but I'm trying. Oh, good. Alright, well, we got rid of all the square edge. I'd like to leave this little bit of weight on there. It's flaked across. But I also like to get rid of all this mess that's on here. Sharpen this thing up. I'm having to press pretty hard to harder than I would like. Really need to clear that off right there. If I can clear that off right there, then we're gold. We'll finish the edge, throw some notches in it, and she'll be done. I got a little ridge. Oops. A little ridge right here running in there. That'll hopefully get rid of part of it. That little bit of original surface isn't going to affect the point as far as using it, but it's not so purty when it's got that on there. Cortex, I don't mind leaving a little bit of Cortex sometimes. That's actually pretty nice, but not a surface from a cut, or that was the layer side, I believe, or maybe this is the layer side. So yeah, we don't want to leave that on there. Now, I'm going to pick at the edge. Take my trusty, these are available on the website, these little hand flakers. I really do like them a lot. I'm not just saying that because I'm selling them. I did figure out that part of what's happening with my vision, like some days I feel like I can't see. I'm actually having a hard time seeing right now. It's blood sugar. It's actually too low a blood sugar, not too high a blood sugar. And part of that is probably because I do eat a low carb diet most all the time. Not so much when I'm traveling or something like that, but which I still try and stick to it, but I feel a lot better eating low carb. My overall health is far way beyond, I mean much better than it was before. So I eat carbs, a bunch of carbs, and I just feel terrible. If you start eating carbs all the time, and you kind of get used to that brain fog and all that stuff. I've been eating low carb for probably 4 years, 5 years now, something like that. But not to be dramatic, but I think it saved my life, honestly. When I went to a low carb lifestyle, I lost over 100 pounds. I was 310, 315, somewhere in there at my heaviest, and which was extremely overweight for me. I'm only 5'11", so for 310 to make sense, I would need to be 6'8". Anyways, I got a little thing right there on this, and I don't know that I can pop that off there without breaking the dang thing. Got it. For the most part, yeah. Broke the tip. So you always hear these being called bird points, and I'm sure they shot some birds with them, but they were actual hunting points. This is what would be strapped to an arrow. Steel works well today. I'm going to tell you it works as well as steel because, you know, steel's king, so. Otherwise, we'd still be using stone today, like in place of steel, but thinking about doing a series on napping, just walk around the shop, pick up a random piece off the floor and and nap it. I'll have to show you guys the floor sometime. I mean, especially over there by the kiln, because when it comes out of the kiln, I knock a chunk off, and to test it, stuff that needs to go back in the kiln for more heat goes in one pile, and the good stuff goes in another pile. So there's a lot of chips over there, and I do go through those. but it's a lot. And they don't just get thrown away. I either use them or sell them, one or the other. In fact, I'm gonna have to make a bunch of flakes and things available here, which I have them. I got boxes of mixed flakes and spalls, but to be honest with you, I always seem to end up putting nice spalls in those boxes as much as possible and not as many flakes. So the flakes just keep adding up and adding up and adding up. So, anyways. Probably shouldn't have brushed that. I'm not sure exactly why I did, but I just... Okay, I should have put another glass on, but I think I just spelled that one out. And the other thing is, you want to keep this kind of sharp. Yeah, I stalled it out pretty good too. So I'm gonna have to hit this with a diamond file. I won't ask you guys to set me that, so I'll hit it with a diamond file and come right back. Okay, hopefully that was enough. May or may not have been. It ain't looking like it was. No. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, back to the file. Okay. crunchy. A little crunchy in that notch. Yeah, our symmetry's off a bit. Quite a bit, actually. The notch has got a little bigger than I wanted them to. In fact, they got a lot bigger than I wanted them to. If you don't pay attention to your symmetry, that's going to happen to you. All right, sharpen this dude up. I am actually gonna, what am I gonna do here? I'm gonna bevel it. That took a little bit longer than I thought. Well, there's our little bird point. I don't know if I can do anything more to this base to dress her up a little bit or not. Alright, well, that's a sharp little dude. It'll be a good little hunting point. Now here's the flip side of this. So in most states, your hunting point has to be 7/8 of an inch wide. Some of them are an inch. And so that's where the problem comes in. With a little bitty point like this. Let's see how wide it is at its widest. It's about 3/4 at the widest. So in some states that wouldn't be legal to hunt with. Let's put a little bit of mink oil on here. Hydrate the stone. Bit. Don't look so dull. Doesn't that look better when the stone is hydrated like that? Now, the mink oil works great. It does soak into the stone and it can kind of start looking more drier, so you have to put another coat on it. But the beeswax that you guys have seen me do, where you melt the beeswax on it, that's a permanent one-time deal, and it stays looking really good. But there's our little point. It's beveled opposite of each other, of course. So it comes off this side. You're taking all your flakes off this side on this one, and that side on that one. And that's a sharp little dude. Good point on it. So there's our point. Appreciate y'all watching. And they don't all have to be monsters, but that would be perfect to put on the end of an arrow and go shoot whatever, hunt whatever you're going to hunt. And it's perfectly capable of taking down anything in North America with a proper hit. That head right there will take it down. And I'm not just talking out of my butt. I've been a lifelong bow hunter. I've killed everything from moose, grizzly bears, caribou, all the species of deer, mountain goats, you name it. I've hunted it. So I am speaking with a little bit of experience, but pretty little point. I like leaving that little bit of white on there. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all keep napping.